What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we are discussing the best parlay for today, May 24th, the best parlay bet. So we are going through parlay betting strategy, and our parlay is for May 24th in the MLB. So we have a 3-leg MLB parlay, and I'm pretty excited about this because there are some big line discrepancies on OddsJam. So again, OddsJam is constantly scanning all of the markets, right? Player props, main lines, first inning total runs, everything for you, processing millions of odds every minute, updating them every 5 seconds, the fastest odds in the sports betting industry to try to find you value. So the first bet I really like in my parlay is Mets plus, half on the first half run line. This is minus 112, right? So the Mets are one of the best teams in baseball. I think they're the second best record in the MLB right now. They're playing the Giants tomorrow, and you can get Mets plus half on the first half run line at minus 112. So if the Mets are at the end of the 5th inning, if they're winning the game or the game is tied, this bet will win. So we can see that Pinnacle Sportsbook has very tight market width. They only have 18 cents in market width, minus 135 to plus 117. So Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, only has 18 cents in market width, and we're able to get Mets minus 112. So 23 cents of improvement from FanDuel Sportsbook. So there is insane value in this bet. Sportsbooks have started to post these alternate, first half run line prop bets for today. And there are 3 bets I really like. So let's get our parlay in before the line moves, and then we'll go through the sports betting math. So the parlay I have is these 3 bets: Mets plus half, Brewers minus half, all first half run line bets, and Royals plus half. So 3 bets I really like for today. This parlay comes out to plus 849 odds on FanDuel. So I'll try to bet $500 on it, and FanDuel's going to say, yo, you've made too much money off us. We'll give you $488.25. And I really like this bet, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to lock it in. And again, your goal as a sports bettor is have a variety of mathematically profitable, positive expected value bets every single day, right? So this is a parlay. It's mathematically profitable. We're about to go through the math. I have a bunch of bets on right now. And everything I place as positive EV, tons of bets today. And the goal is we have this portfolio of mathematically profitable bets. And ideally every week we are printing money, right? That is the goal when you are using OddsJam and OddsJam positive EV betting. So let's go through the math of our parlay. So this is 488.25 plus 849 odds. So 488.25 is going to be our stake, and this is plus 849 odds. So we are staking 488.25 to win, 488.25 times 848.49 to win $4,145 in profit, right? So let's go through the math. All 3 bets above to win. So when you're placing a parlay, if you're new to sports betting, we need every single leg, every single bet in this parlay to win for our parlay to win. If any bet loses, our parlay will lose. So we have Brewers minus half, Royals plus half, Mets plus half. So we'll put that in here. We have Brewers minus 0.5 on the first half run line. We have Mets plus half, first half run line. And then we have Royals plus half, first half run line. So let's go through the math very briefly of our parlay and calculate the edge of our parlay. So here we can see Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, has Mets plus half on the first half run line at minus 135. So a massive line discrepancy between FanDuel and the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So what we can do is put the market from Pinnacle into a zero vig odds calculator and remove the juice, right? The way every sportsbook works is Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, they have an implied win percentage for every single bet, right? So Pinnacle, they're calculating based on historical data all the bets they're getting as the most efficient betting market, and they're saying the Mets are 55.49% to cover the first half run line at plus half of a run, right? So that implies a zero vig line of minus 124.66, and then they add in the juice, right? The way sportsbooks make money is they have their fair value, their fair odds, and then they juice their market. So Pinnacle thinks Mets plus half on the run line is minus 124.66. They juice their market to minus 135 and let sports bettors bet on it because they think that is an unprofitable bet. So what we're doing is we're doing the reverse. We're taking the market from Pinnacle Sportsbook right here, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. We are de-vigging the market, as it's called. We are using the sportsbook's market to de-vig the market, find the midpoint of the market, the no vig, fair odds, the true odds, whatever you want to call it, zero juice odds, and then backing out the implied win probability for our bet. So for Mets, plus half on the first half run line, it's 55.49%, which we can see on the zero vig odds calculator. So this is what Pinnacle, their model, currently has as the probability of the Mets covering the plus half first half run line, 55.49%. And then we have to do this for every single wager, right? So Brewers minus half on the first half run line. Again, FanDuel is an arbitrage bet, a sports arbitrage betting opportunity to Pinnacle Sportsbook. So you know this bet on Brewers minus half plus 128 on the first half run line is a good bet. Whenever you have an arbitrage bet between one sportsbook and the sharpest sportsbook in the world, so you could make a risk-free profit betting on both sides, right? Plus 128, minus 127. These are equal and opposite outcomes. You know the bet on FanDuel is profitable, right? So plus 110, minus 127. So minus 127, plus 110, our win probability for the Brewers bet is 45.98%. So 45.98% with the Brewers run line. So we have the Brewers to be leading at the end of the fifth inning by 1+ run. And then we have Royals plus 103, minus 118. Let's throw that into a zero vig odds calculator. So minus 118 plus 103. We have the Brewers the Royals 47.65% right here to be tied with the Arizona Diamondbacks or leading the game at the end of the fifth inning. So the win probability for our bet is 47.65%. So 0.4765. So essentially, what we can do now is figure out the EV or the edge of our parlay. And it is really high. Really, really high. This parlay has $75 in EV, right? To figure out the implied win probability for our parlay, we take the implied win probability for each bet and we multiply them together, right? This times this times this. These bets are uncorrelated, so the probability the Brewers, Mets, and Royals all cover the first half run line is just the probability the Brewers cover the first half run line times the probability the Mets cover the first half run line times the probability the Royals cover the first half run line. So 12.157% chance of this bet hitting, right, this parlay winning at plus 849 odds. We're staking 488 to win $4,145 in profit, right? So our EV is just our win probability right here times our profit if we win minus the probability we lose, which is 1 minus the probability that we win times our stake, right? So our EV on this bet is $75 and the edge is 15%. This is an insanely profitable bet. And if we just look at the Mets plus half on the first half run line, it should be pretty clear that this bet on FanDuel is literally insane. Action 24/7 has this minus 149. We're getting minus 112. Bet 99 has this minus 143. We're getting minus 112 on FanDuel. Insane value we are getting on FanDuel for this wager. Pinnacle minus 135, right? So very good parlay, very profitable parlay for tomorrow. 15.34% edge on this bet. Our parlay is $75 in EV, 3-leg, first half run line, MLB parlay for May 24th. If you have any questions, comment them in the comments. We'll be happy to plan a phone call with you. There's a bunch of links to plan a phone call with the sports betting expert. And again, thanks so much for your time.